Hey guys, you're in a nutshell with me, Ina. Maikli lang po ito, no? Nakahanap po kasi ako ng IRCC data to support the discussion we had recently with Sir Mac Pagaduan of Canada Vertex Immigration. Ito po yung episode na yan, ano? It was, I think, sometime last month or earlier this month. Kung saan pinag-usapan po namin na sa mga panahon ngayon, mas mahirap makakuha ng approval if you want to extend your stay in Canada as a visitor. In short, kukuha ka ng tinatawag na visitor record. Again, ito po yung mga nag-a-apply from inside Canada, gusto mag-extend ng kanilang stay. Sabi po ni Sir Mac doon, di ba? Kung noon daw napakadaling makakuha ng approval para dyan, ngayon daw kailangan meticuloso na rin yung pag-prepare ng application kung gusto mo mag-extend as a visitor. In his case daw, no, I remember he was saying na parang dumadami na rin yung mga refusals sa mga gustong mag-extend as a visitor. But we are not saying that all are being refused, ha? Kailangan lang daw po talaga, no? Maganda na rin yung mga documentation na isasabit mo kung yan po ang inyong a-applyan, kung gusto niyo mag-extend at makakuha ng visitor record. Balikan niyo na lang po yung episode natin with Sir Mac na yan. Ngayon po, nakahanap ako ng IRCC data to back up that observation that we discussed sa episode na yan. Nakahanap po ako ng iba't ibang mga source. As usual, official po ito from the Government of Canada. Ito po yung sources na yan. Halimbawa po, ito po yan. Isa po ito. Yan, CIMM, Management of Expired and Cancelled Visas. Dated March 23, 2026. Ano po ba ito? Una sa lahat, galing ito sa canada.ca. Pangalawa, ito po yung mga briefing materials. Pine-prepare po itong briefing materials na ito specifically for the House of Commons Committee on Citizenship and Immigration. Alright? Hindi lang po yan. Okay? Kinompare ko po yung data also with this one. Another briefing material, comprehensive data package regarding many things, okay, related to different immigration applications. Okay, ano po yung aking nakita? Naku, ito na. Sinamarize natin sa graphic na ito. This only pertains to visitor record extensions, okay? Ang latest po na meron ay yung nasa bandang kanan. January 2026, 81% ang approval rate. Sa buwan lang po yan ng January 2026. 11,200 visitor records, okay, were issued in that month. Mukhang mataas, no? 81%. O mataas naman pala yung approval rate. Yes, pero kung ikukumpara po sa parehong buwan noong 2025, so Jan 2025, noon po 90% ang approval rate. Nung buwan na yon last year, almost 30,000 ang inapprove. So nakita nyo yung malaking pagbaba, no? Yes, mataas, 81%, but it is down by 9%. At kung i-compare nyo yung whole numbers, kung ilan lang po talaga ang na-approve, no? Isipin niyo, from almost 30,000, it is now down to over 11,000. Tapos nakikita niyo yung note sa ibaba, okay? It's really a downward trend. Kasi meron din po tayong nakitang data na from January to September 2025. Okay, so 9-month period na ito ha, sa 2025, ang naging approval rate po for visitor record extensions already went down to 88% for that period. So nakikita nyo, parang yung trend talaga pababa. So, this backs up our discussion, no, with Sir Mac, na ayun na nga, humirap na rin pati ang pag-extend bilang visitor. You really need to prepare your application well, okay, submit proof, okay, justification, backed by documentation, para masabi dito sa IRCC, para makumbinsi ang IRCC na bigyan po kayo ng visitor record. Alright? Of course, we're also not saying na lahat naman po na nag-extend ng stay bilang visitor ay ginagawa po yan as part of their, plan, of any plan to become permanent residents here or to, as part of any plan para makatrabaho dito eventually. Hindi po, no? But let us be real. Okay? The reality on the ground is that there are many people are using this path to extend their stay to buy time. Buy time whether meron po silang hinihintay na pending like PR application. That's okay, no? Lalo na kunyari nasa later stage naman na yung application process nila. Okay lang yun. This is legal, no? This is legal. At least they are maintaining valid status. Related to this, meron po ako sa inyong isi-share na data. Tungkol naman po ito sa mismong pag-apply ng visitor visa. So wala pa dito. Okay, wala pa po sa Canada. From the same document that I showed you earlier, ito po yan. Makikita natin dito na ganun pa rin, ano? Similar po yung data na ito sa 2025. Sabi, no, as of January 31, 2026, approval rates for temporary resident applications ay nasa 51% for TRVs. This covers applications all over the world. Okay, so it's 51%. So sa buwan po ng January, 98,000 yung na-approve na bagong visitor visas. We've had previous discussions na although it is 50 or 51%, meron pong ibang mga bansa na hamak na mas mataas ang refusal rate for visitor visa applications galing po doon. Halimbawa, may isang bansa, India, umabot na po na mahigit 70% ang refusal rate nila at some point, no? In 2025. I tried looking kung meron pong updated information tungkol dyan per country. Wala pa po tayong nakikita so far. But at least what we know is, again, for the month of January 2026, 51% ang approval rate. Short 50-50 ang inyong tsansa kung kayo po ay nag-a-apply for a visitor visa. Pero ako lang to I think my opinion is, kung galing po sa Pilipinas, siguro nasa higher number po ang approval rate natin. Hula ko lang yun. I think there are other countries that are contributing sa pagbaba po ng approval rate for TRVs. Sabi po dito, sa 2025, okay, yung refusal rate, ba't ganun dito 2025? Global Temporary Resident Visa refusal rate was at 51%. Ba't kanina approval yung nakasulat din dyan sa taas? Anyway, sabi, this is in comparison to a 39% refusal rate for all of 2023. So nakita nyo? Okay, naghigpit din talaga sa temporary resident visas. Sabi dito, the vast majority of TRV applications are refused because an officer was not satisfied the applicant would leave Canada at the end of their authorized stay. Tumaas din daw po yung mga kaso ng misrepresentation involving visitor visa applications. Sabi po dito, 7.1% of all visitor visa refusals were for misrepresentation in 2025. Okay, tumaas po yan. Noong 2024, 4.6% lang po yan. Alright, and remember, ang misrepresentation, minsan mabibigyan po kayo ng 5-year ban kung kayo po ay mag-guilty dyan, kumbaga. Now, I know there's also one way to extend your stay, getting an ETA kung tawagin. Mas madali na rin po yan for those who are here or who have been here on temporary status, whether work permit or student permit, kasi nakakuha na po kayo ng visa noon. Okay, pwede kayo makakuha ng ETA. Yun nga lang, I think you will have to exit Canada. Na-discuss na rin po natin ito with Sir Mac, I believe also. Pero take note guys, of course, IRCC is aware that that is also being used for people to return. Okay? Paraan para makabalik po sa Canada at makastay dito bilang visitor. Pero, sabi dito, for travelers who are visa exempt and who must apply for an ETA to visit Canada, naghihigpit na rin daw po sila. Sabi, IRCC will continue to strengthen the integrity of our screening through information sharing with international partners on ETA applicants. O, diba? Sabi dito, information sharing allows the department to more accurately verify the identity of travelers and make better informed immigration and border decisions while facilitating the travel of known individuals to Canada. Balikan lang po natin yung ETA. Pwede po yan sa mga Pilipino. Kasama po yan dun sa sinasabing visa-free travel for Filipinos. As long as nagkaroon ka na po ng visa, na-issuehan ka na ng visa ng Canada noon, I think in the past 10-year period, pwede pong ETA na lang ang inyong apply. Mas mabilis po yan, online lang. Okay, in a matter of minutes, you will get it, as opposed to securing a real visa. Pwede rin po yan sa mga may valid US visa. Pwedeng ETA na lang kayo pa Canada. Alright? What do you think about this? No, short lang po, data-driven ang ating short lang po, primarily data-driven ang ating discussion today. Let me know what you guys think. I will end this episode here. See you guys in the next one. Bye!